Hello, my name is Kenneth Crum, and today I'll be reacting to an article by Horace Minor, as well as describing an American practice that might seem different to a foreigner, how that practice has changed throughout history, and whether or not the change has been beneficial or a detriment to American culture. All right, my reaction to the article titled "Body Ritual Among the Nasarema," which was written by Horace Minor, was that I found it to be a satirical piece that describes the strange and exotic rituals of a fictional tribe called the Nasarema. Through this lens, Miner highlights the peculiarities and the complexities of American culture, particularly focusing on the rituals related to body image and health. Some of these examples include Miner describes how every household has one or more shrine rooms dedicated to body rituals, which are actually bathrooms in American homes. As well as the article talks about holy mouth men, who are actually dentists and their role in maintaining oral health through painful and elaborate procedures. There's also these ceremonies refer to hospital visits, where the Nasarema undergo various medical treatments that are often invasive and uncomfortable, which were described as the Letipso ceremonies. This article clearly depicts American culture by presenting everyday practices as bizarre and ritualistic, and emphasizes the obsession with physical appearance, health, and cleanliness, and how these practices are deeply ingrained in the culture. By using an anthropological perspective, Miner makes readers reflect on their own cultural norms and how they might appear different to an outsider. I found this article to be both humorous and thought-provoking. It effectively uses satire to make a point about cultural relativism and the importance of understanding and respecting different cultures. It also made me reflect on how certain aspects of my own culture might seem strange or irrational to others. Overall, it was an engaging read that offered valuable insights into the nature of cultural practices and perceptions. Now, basing this point of view on foreigners, you can look into this specific American practice as follows. In my travels to the land known as America, I have encountered a peculiar custom that involves the exchange of additional currency beyond the stated price of goods and services. This practice is performed in various establishments such as eateries, drinking houses, and even convenience services. The inhabitants of this land seem to engage in this practice with great regularity and expectation. For instance, after partaking in a meal at a local tavern, it is customary to leave a sum of money, often calculated as a percentage of the total bill, for the individual who served the meal. This act is seen as a gesture of appreciation for the service provided. The pattern I am discussing is the practice of tipping service workers. In American culture, tipping is a common and expected practice where customers give extra money to service workers, such as waiters, bartenders, and taxi drivers, as a token of appreciation for their service. This pattern of tipping represents several values and aspects of the American worldview. One being gratitude and appreciation. Tipping is a way for Americans to show gratitude and appreciation for good service. It reflects the value placed on acknowledging and rewarding hard work and effort. Another was an economic incentive. Tipping provides an economic incentive for service workers to deliver high quality service. It aligns with the American value of meritocracy, where individuals are rewarded based on their performance and contributions. So this pattern has changed throughout history and the way tipping has worked. Its origins come from the mid 1800s when wealthy Americans brought the custom back from Europe. So initially, many Americans resisted tipping because it was seen as un-American and classist. But however, it became more common, especially in the South after the abolishment of slavery, where the newly freed slaves often relied on tips to supplement their wages. The evolution of tipping became a standard practice in American dining and service industries, especially during the Prohibition in the 1920s, when it became even more important for service workers' income. Today, tipping is seen as a common way to show appreciation for good service, and it also provides an economic incentive for service workers. Some changes of tipping over the time has come with American values have shifted, so that includes the practice of tipping. In the past, it was mainly just about showing gratitude, but now with the rising living costs and also the wages being stagnant, tipping has become a crucial part of the service worker's income. These are ongoing debates about fair wages and whether tipping should be replaced with higher base wages. My reaction to this is that the history of tipping in America reveals much about the country's values and social norms. It highlights the importance of gratitude, economic incentives, and social expectations. While tipping has its root in classist practices, it has become a way for service workers to earn a living and for customers to show appreciation for good service. As American values continue to evolve, it will be interesting to see how the practice of tipping adapts to meet changing needs and expectations. The evolution of tipping in America has had several detrimental effects on the culture, reflecting changes in societal values and norms. One of these being economic inequality. One of the most significant detriments is the perpetuation of economic inequality. Tipping often leads to inconsistent and unpredictable income for service workers, which creates financial instability and major stress. This inconsistency can make it difficult for workers to budget and plan for their financial future, which leads to a cycle of economic hardship. There's also major discrimination that goes on. Tipping can also have that based on race, gender, and also appearance, where studies have shown that service workers who do not fit the specific stereotype may receive lower tips, which reinforces these social biases and inequalities. This discrimination can create a hostile work environment, and it contributes to lots of systematic inequality. The changes of tipping over the times has come from American values shifting. And my reaction to this as a whole, the history and evolution of tipping in America reveals much about the country's values and social norms. And just overall, with all the inequality, the making people choose obligation of their tipping or making it a choice has been an overall detriment to the system as a whole and the needs an overall rehaul. My main source of this has come from Pew Research Center, Tipping Culture in America, Public Sees a Changed Landscape. And I will include a couple other sources in the description. A short conclusion. In conclusion, Horace Miner's article, Body Ritual Among the Nosarama, provides a satirical yet insightful look at America's culture through the lens of an outsider. By examining the pattern of tipping service workers, we can see how American values such as gratitude, economic incentives, and social norms have shaped this practice over time. While tipping has its benefits, it also perpetuates economic inequality and discrimination, highlighting the need for a reevaluation of this practice in light of changing societal values. The evolution of tipping reflects broader changes in American culture and communication concepts, such as the importance of showing appreciation and the impact of social expectations on behavior. As we continue to navigate these cultural shifts, it is essential to consider how our practices and values align with our goals of fairness and inclusivity. All right, that's all. I appreciate it. You guys have a great one.